This is one of my favorite sessions, because today we're going to begin to help you get rid of being terrified at speaking in front of others. Today it begins. Why do you need to do this? Because you need confidence. You need to know in any setting that you know how to get up and express yourself well. So today, that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on how you can harness your energy and get rid of your inhibitions. When you can do that, what happens? You gain confidence. You know you can speak in front of anyone you wish and persuade them. Powerful. This started when I was 18. My dad, I touched your shoulder. My dad did this early one morning. What's wrong? He said, nothing's wrong. He said, you're coming to Rotary again today. I was a student Rotarian, a senior, high school. And he said, you and your three friends, this is your last session, and one of you are going to get up and thank the club. I want you to do it. Oh, no, not me. I was from a small town. These are all the city fathers. I said, no, Dad, please, not me. He said, yes, I want you to do it. Why? He said, because of how fearful you are right now. Speaking in front of groups is the biggest fear people have, even more than their own death. And he said, if you will do this and apply this lesson, you'll become a great public speaker. I said, what? He said, never refuse. Someone asks you to speak, say yes. Well, in my life, 3 times I've said no. 2 on issues I had no knowledge at all, and 1 recently when someone asked me to speak for free. And it was at an event where I should have been paid. And I discussed my speaking fee, and they said, well, we don't have any money. Only 3 times. So, why is this so important to you? It's because every business professional for which you're going to join this profession, every business professional gets paid based on their ability to convey information and ideas in ways that cause others to listen and take action on your recommendations. Have another sucker. This is how you're going to be paid. Now, you're going to be paid more when your communications improve. And you're simply going to miss opportunities if you say, no, I don't want to speak. No, don't put me in there. And the first time you say no, the next time it comes up, it feels even better. Oh, no, I don't do that. Oh, no, I'm scared to do it. Oh, I don't do that. I'm terrible in front of the public, and by God, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So the next time someone says, would you speak? You say, of course. What's the subject? Of course I will. And the rest of this class is going to help you do that. Ready? Let's start with this. Pass it back. The first thing we're going to work on is this. What image do you want to convey to others? The camera's always on. Whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, the camera's always on. So what image do you wish to convey? Do you wish to convey the image of being boring, listless, matter of fact? Or do you wish to be seen as confident, energetic, inspiring? You decide. Whatever image or images you want to be seen as, I want you to put that down as your goal. One word. Boring. Could be knowledgeable. Could be uplifting, inspiring. You decide the adjective that you'd like to be described as, and give us 1, 2, or 3. If you have 4, fine. If you have 5, great. Write those, at the top of the page, top left, put your team number. Top right, put your name. Pen?
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Confident, enthusiastic, knowledgeable. If you only have 3, that's fine. You've got all semester to add more goals. Now the second one, what do you need to do to make your speaking more in alignment with the goals that you've set? Now those are the conditions underneath. Those are the physical properties. Most of these are distractions that speakers use to cause their listeners to stop listening. So you want to remove as many distractions as possible. Let's go through it. We can distract to the ears or to the eyes. On the list below, Mr. Lyons. Mr. Shaw. Mr. Lyons right there. Mr. Shaw, what's the first one on our list? Here's the rule on pens. Pick up the pen, turn your back, no speaking to the wall. Put the pen down, turn. Why? You speak to the wall, people can't hear you. Number 2, when you're writing, people are watching. You've still got their attention. Put the pen down, don't fidget with the pen. Eye contact. You see me do this every day. Every part of everything that you say should be to a pair of eyeballs. Plant, new eyeballs, new eyeballs. Why? Ms. Howard.
It shows that you're paying attention to your audience.
It shows,
You're paying attention to your audience.
yes, and
You're confident.
engaging. What does that do for your audience?
Keeps them engaged.
Keeps them engaged, and it gets intensely personal. I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to you. Every part of your presentation should go to a pair of eyeballs. Not down here, not down here. Not just above them like this. Like I'm looking at you, but I'm looking at your head. If I do that from here, see, there are some people who believe that looking at someone's eyeballs can be intimidating. What's it do for the speaker? It makes it personal, but more often I can tell. If you're not listening, if you're glassy-eyed, I can tell just by looking in your eyeballs. It makes it personal for the speaker. You make the best presentation when you are yourself. When you're treating the audience like you would your friends. Then you're genuine. When you can do that, you're more believable. Number 2. Nervousness. harness your energy. Why do you appear nervous? It's because when the adrenaline starts flowing in your body, and when you're thinking about, oh my God, adrenaline flows. It's the fight or flight, right? It's the old caveman. It's that caveman brain again. It's getting in your way. What am I going to do? Now, if you just stand there and the adrenaline flows, what happens? You got to get it out. If you don't use the energy, then it comes across as being nervous. So what do? You move. Why do you think I start every session with, good afternoon? I'm using the energy. I'm nervous at the beginning of every presentation. Every great speaker is nervous. What do? You convert it. Moving, energy, volume of your voice. All this stuff works so you can harness your energy. Questions? Next. Appearance. Always dress one step above the expectation of the audience. What happens if you underdress?
They judge you?
All kinds of things. They look at you and they, I wonder, why's he got those shorts on? I'm talking. You say, why got the shorts on? The sandals. I wonder if he got sandals on. And what you do is you don't want to distract. Everything you do to distract causes them not to listen. If they don't listen, they probably won't do what you want them to do. What if you dress over? What if I came in a tux and tails? You'd think, well, that's just Derry. Tux and tails. You'd say, why's he got the top hat on? Bow tie. Why does he have that? And I addressed you, you wouldn't remember it because you're thinking about what I look like. Remove the distraction. Ladies, dress conservatively. I'm just telling you. If you distract by how you look, they won't listen to you. Next.
Gestures. And like that. Have more flop back.
How do you use gestures? Out of your brain is operating on images. So if you allow your gestures to reflect what's inside your brain, see, I'm doing it, and you want to help people get better, all you do is you follow the images that are in your brain. When you do that, they appear natural. Because all gestures try to do is to bring to life the image that's in my head and to get it painted into yours. When I can do that and you can see the video, you can see the images that come from the words and my gestures, you have a leg up in persuading. If you can't, then it doesn't work. Questions? Next.
Pacing, shifting.
You'll hear me refer to this as pacing with a purpose. Some people pace like this. Plan it, and they stand right here. You have to put up with all this stuff. Some people do this. Why do they do it? They're nervous, and they're just walking it out. How should you pace? You see me do it all the time. Eyeball, walk. Talk to the person. Pause. Smile. Go to the next person. Pace to here. Eyeball, now to this person. Now to this person right there. Maybe you come down here to make a point. It's called pacing with a purpose. You just have to practice. When you practice, what does it convey, Mr. Kniff?
It shows that you're confident.
We need a clicker. Sorry. No apology necessary, but classmates are going to need this. Here you are, sir.
It shows your confidence. in your preparedness.
Yes, it's pacing with a purpose. It looks like it's strategic, but it's just a habit that you develop. What's next?
Smile.
Jim Singleton were here. He taught me all this stuff. If he were here, he'd be standing at the back, he'd be going like this to me, because I don't smile enough. If you don't smile enough, Mr. Huntsman, if you don't smile enough, you have a tendency to do this. You're intense. Now you're smiling right now.
That's because you're smiling at me.
Now when you have facial hair, you have to smile even broader, because the light comes from above and makes it look like you're scowling all the time. Now you're smiling.
I feel like I'm sitting here like having to smile real big now. Now I gotta smile real big. Because I think everybody's gonna look at me and think I'm mad when I'm sitting over here like it's Friday.
I'm going to make a point here. I don't care how you feel about how you smile. I care about how you make them feel. I don't care if you don't feel you have a soft voice and you don't like to project. The issue is, how does it make your listeners feel? If it makes you uncomfortable, tough. Gin it up. If you want to persuade. Because persuasion's not about you, Miss Towie, it's about them. The next one is enthusiasm. What if you don't feel like being enthusiastic, Miss Towery? Do it anyway. And if the occasion warrants it, I'm going to show you a video later where a fellow has way too much enthusiasm. And you'll see, oh, it looks terrible. Yeah, you can overdo it. But if you use genuine enthusiasm, it's infectious. Enthusiasm and a smile slays them, so you have to smile more. If Singleton were here, he'd say, Derry, you don't smile enough. I don't. God, Jim, I'm trying my best. Now, distractions to the ears. First, speaking pace. You have to learn to vary your pace. A lot of you are going to have trouble, and I did at the beginning, by talking too fast. My brain's moving quickly, and I memorized it, and I'm going to get it right out so everybody can get it. Because I'm nervous, right? What does that do to comprehension? Blisters it. So what if you don't feel like slowing down? If it interferes with the audience hearing what you're saying, you're not going to persuade them. Next.
Pauses.
Have any of you, or do you now, play a musical instrument, or have you been in a choir? Raise your hands. Okay, Mr. Bowles, what's the purpose of a rest?
It's to let the music breathe, and give contrast to...
Speak up, more volume.
It's mostly to give contrast to music being played, music not, so you realize how important the music is or how important the silence is.
Is a rest then as important as the music?
Yes.
A pause is a rest in your presentation. How valuable are they? Vital. But you don't use them. You get up and you go, blah, 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 blah. You got professional. It's just as constant. No. Pause, especially for effect. You probably noticed that when I catch you texting, I never say anything about it. I just pause. Let you finish. Oops. I can see it in your eyes. The value of pauses are incredible. If you're going to make a great point, make it. Then repeat it. Next. You talk over and over here about non-words. I wanted to give you a head start before you begin making your presentations. We've talked about this, we don't have to talk about it anymore. You will continue to click your classmates in their presentations. Why? Frankly, the only reason you do it is you don't hear them. I want you to hear them. And then number two, some of you will make the decision to get rid of them, which is what I encourage you to do. But most of you will just try not to say non-words right now so you won't get clicked. But I'm warning you, you're going to walk across the stage one of these days. And you're going to feel so great, but in the pit of your stomach, you're going to be worried whether you're going to be successful. And to the extent that non-words come out of your mouth interferes with the image goals that you've all set. If you want help getting rid of non-words, let me know. We'll put you on a program. What's last?
Voice control.
Voice control. Mr. Bowling, would you shut the door, please?
Yes, sir.
Voice control. Now, what you have to get as a speaker is control of your voice. You have to be able, at some points, to bring it down. Almost to a whisper. And there are times when you want to bring up your volume and you want to bring it up here. Where does that come from? Diaphragm. If you try to do it here, it comes out of your diaphragm. And when you increase it, it sounds strained, doesn't it? You don't want any strain. Not coming from here. You ladies, some of you are soft-spoken. I'm going to get you to get better control of your volume. Because I want you to be able to bring your energy up and exude that energy. Why? Because we're going to persuade. It's not about how you feel. It's about how you make your listeners feel. Questions? I think we're ready, Mr. Larkin.